What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Blue Bill back with another video, and we with a crazy video. This one is different. Um, but yeah, this is a crazy video. So basically, I know y'all probably all been hearing about the Titanic sub. All right, if you ain't been hearing about the sub, where you been at? You know what I'm saying? Where you been at? But that's why today we about to figure out what actually happened because I'm trying to figure out too. And from the look of the title here, it says there's no body to recover. The implosion is so rapid. So I'm trying to figure out what they saying. So let's tap in.
Talk about that. Joining me now, David Market, who is a former United States Navy captain. And I assume, David, that you were very much listening to that press conference delivered by the US Navy in our evening, our time, afternoon, your time. But actually, it was an incredibly polished bit of communications, actually, the way they gave us the information that they have so far. But of course, there's still so much left to find out. In terms of the information that we do have about what happened to this vessel, were you surprised?
No, not really. I think this was the most likely scenario. I think what they were saying was that this implosion happened as the vessel was on its initial descent, an hour and 45 minutes into their journey to the Titanic. They hadn't quite reached it yet. They were still a little bit above it and off the bow of the Titanic when something catastrophic happened to the submarine. When they say catastrophic implosion, it is a instantaneous destruction of the vessel and instantaneous death for everyone on board. Probably they didn't even perceive that they were in danger, and then they were gone. And then the pieces end up on the seabed.
It's that for some people I've heard sort of saying this evening, you know, we're clutching at straws here to try and find an outcome that is not as horrifying as we all hoped. And the instantaneous nature of it, some people say that somehow provides some relief in knowing that. Let's talk a bit about the role.
Oh, that's crazy. So these were supposed billionaires on this submarine, and they just was going on this little trip, and this little trip turned into a kaboom.
Role of the US Navy in all of this, but I think quite interesting on this as well, something they pointed out in that press conference, is there's a few jurisdictions involved in this. There's people from Britain, there's people based in Dubai on the ship as well. That was Hamish Harding. The gentlemen who are British citizens were originally from Pakistan, Shahzada Dawood and Suleiman Dawood as well. So they were talking about the complication of this being far out at sea, but covering all these different sort of international bases. So how do you think the coordination of that mission has gone so far?
Yeah, it seems pretty heroic to me. It's complicated just because of the physics and the nature of the thing. It's 2-hour airplane flight from Boston and an hour airplane flight from St. John, Newfoundland. There are at least four different countries involved in responding, including commercial entities. There's different government agencies. Navy's providing equipment. The Air Force is flying it. The Canadians are letting them land there and hushing them through customs. And so that sense of coordination can only be described as heroic and inspiring.
I agree with you there. I think I've been quite moved by the rapid assembly of all of these different, operations trying to rescue these men. We were getting reports already that some vessels and personnel are already being demobilized from the site. Of course, some equipment and some vessels will remain and do some of that search and rescue. But what do you think the coming days will be like in terms of the rest of that operation?
Well, we don't need the ships that are involved with, say, for example, there was a ship that had a hyperbolic decompression chamber. We don't need that anymore. I'm happy to see that some of the ships are remaining, especially the ones with the more capable ROVs. I'm hoping that they can collect the pieces of the submarine and bring it back to the surface where we can potentially be reassembled as much as possible and analyzed so we understand what was the defect or the flaw that caused the implosion on the way down.
Do you, just before we go, do you think we underestimate the power of the sea?
Yes. We definitely underestimate the power of the sea. People get in trouble at sea all the time. we underestimate the intensity of waves, and we underestimate the pressure. For example, people were asking about recovery of the bodies. There's no bodies. I hate to say it, but there's no bodies to recover. This implosion is so rapid. It compresses the air in your lungs is instantaneously compressed to something about this size. And then if there was anything left, it's been down there for a week. So I would be really, really surprised to see any bodies. We just don't, on our normal lives, we don't experience the kind of forces that are that we are subjected to at these depths in the ocean.
In our normal lives, we don't normally learn so much either about oceans for the rest of us, and about the Navy and about the operations. Look, Captain.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And this is another one where the son of the billionaire who died in the Titanic submarine goes off on Cardi B, because he feels she was making a joke out of it instead of, he's like, bro, look, my dad is dead.
So you take a complete like Cardi B, has no idea what's
Whoa, straight like that, straight bitch. Okay, like Cardi B.
going on. Her career is so in such turmoil, she needs clout off other people's suffering. And she's like, he won't go help. Blah, blah, blah. He goes to a rock concert, this and that. Tries to use the situation to exploit, like the news. They're not like feeling sorry that my mom has to take care of 2 kids. Not really giving a fuck that my stepdad's probably 99% chance he's dead. That doesn't matter. Doesn't care how we feel. Just trying to like make gains. People like trolling, getting hate mail, all these things. And it's just up. And to have Cardi B behind it, Cardi B, like, fucking grow up, get some class. Like, you're tasteless.
Okay, so one of the billionaires that's missing on the water from that submarine, one of the billionaires, their stepson, is at a concert, right? At a Blink-182 concert. And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me. You're supposed to be counseling your mom and shit. Like, isn't it sad that you a whole fucking billionaire and nobody gives a fuck about you? Like,
damn.
Like, you missing and mother ready to shake at concert. That's crazy. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke than like and poor, but knowing that I'm loved. Like,
this morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families.
Essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan. The initial thing we found was the nose cone, which was outside of the pressure hull.
What if they got ate by a giant whale or like a shark? Hey, I saw this meme. It said raw wave ate it. This is it. They found it was in raw wave's stomach.
We then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, we found the front end bell of the pressure hull. That was the first indication that there was a catastrophic event. Shortly thereafter, we found a second smaller debris field. Within that debris field, we found the other end of the pressure hull, the aft end bell, which was basically comprised of the totality of that pressure vessel. We continue to map the debris field, and as the Admiral said, we will do the best we can to fully map out what's down there.
Yes, sir.